My first question to you: what do you know about past continuous tense? Any idea?
Ma'am, which describe the action already happened,
Like,
like she was reading a book when I called her,
she was reading a book when I called her. Okay, let me write down the example.
or they were playing a game at 5 o'clock yesterday.
Okay, that's a very good sentence actually. She was reading a book when I called her. Okay, so can you explain this sentence?
This is talking about past yesterday. The clue word is yesterday. That I called her. Okay. But during that time, she was reading a book.
No, yesterday is here in the sentence.
ম্যাম আমি যখন ওকে ফোন করেছিলাম সে পড়ছিল, পাস্ট হয়ে গেছে, পড়ছিল মানে
Exactly.
রিডিং।
Was means, of course, it is past tense, right? So if there is no clue word, okay, there is no clue word, so you have to look at the verb area. So basically, I told you when I started teaching you tenses for that. Okay, so see, clue words are just all about getting some ideas about rectifying how to recognize the correct tense, and accordingly, you have to use in your daily lives. But in reality, actually, maybe you don't have to use all the time clue words, so how will you recognize? So you have to be aware about the verb part. That will help you to rectify which tense it is. Okay, okay, all right, I can add here yesterday, no problem. Okay, yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so that means when I call her, she was reading. That means how many actions are here in this sentence?
Action.
How many actions are here in this sentence?
ম্যাম was আছে, মানে
Hmm.
যেটা অ্যাকশনই তো was reading.
Yeah, so I'm asking you how many actions are here in this sentence?
Two actions.
Two actions. Okay, and can you tell me, mention the two actions separately?
Was reading and yesterday.
Yesterday is verb.
No, it's not a verb, but it's a clue word.
Yeah, I'm asking for, can you tell me two separate actions, please mention?
Separate action.
Yeah, so you have already said to me that we have total two actions here in this sentence. So can you just explain them? First one is
Ma'am, was reading.
was
Was
reading, definitely. And
called
another one is
called
called.
I called.
Exactly. So, correct. So we have two actions. First one, she was reading a book, and another one is when I called her yesterday. So we have total two actions. Now, what is happening here? When two actions are happening, which one is the first action and which one is the second action? Can you recognize?
Two action was first action and second is called second action.
Why first and second? Which action happened first and which action happened later? That's a very tricky thing. Just a little bit think and tell. Are both actions happening at the same time or different time?
Ma'am, it depends on a sentence.
No, that's okay. Different sentence. I'm asking for the timing. Both actions are happening at the same time, simultaneously, or different time.
Ma'am, you tell me.
Very easy. I can read the sentence. She was reading a book when I called her. She was reading a book when I called her. So both actions are happening at the same time or different time?
Different time.
How different time?
She was reading a book
Hmm.
when I called her.
When you
When,
called her at that time, she was reading a book. So both actions are happening at the different time or same time?
ma'am, let me think.
Yeah, sure.
Ma'am, at one time.
Exactly. At the same time, simultaneously. Okay, while I was walking on the street, rain started. While I was walking on the street, rain started. She was reading a book when I called her. That means at the same time, simultaneously, two actions were happening in the past. Understood? So,
Yeah.
what is the
Yeah.
definition of past continuous tense? Past continuous tense is used to one of the two simultaneous action in the past time. Okay, clear?
Hmm.
Understood? Again, I'm repeating. What is the definition of past continuous tense? Past continuous tense is used to one of the two simultaneous actions that happened in the past time and lasted for some time. Okay, clear? So, she was reading a book when I called her yesterday. That means both actions were happening at the same time in the past. Okay, clear? Suppose I called you and you did not receive my call. Okay, and on the next day of the class, I asked you, Umaima, why didn't you receive my call? I called you, then you said, ma'am, when you called me, I was sleeping. When you called me, I was sleeping. That means both actions were happening at the same time. Understood?
Yeah, I
That's
got it. I got it.
okay. Now you can ask me that, ma'am. Is it not possible to use one action for past continuous tense? Yes, why not? If you want to say just one sentence, suppose somebody is asking you, I saw you yesterday in the market. Where were you going? See, let me write down the sentence. If I tell you, I saw you, maybe I have written two sentences separately. I have divided into two parts, okay, because I have given a full stop, but actually the sense is same. I saw you in the market last week. Where were you going? So you can give the answer like this. Oh, when you saw me in the market, I was going to a shopping mall. When you saw me in the market, I was going to a shopping mall. Understood clear?
Duty past tense is also. Both the things are
Yes.
going on past.
Yes, so that's just the main concept you have to keep in mind. Both actions are happening at the same time in the past and lasted for some time. And maybe if somebody is asking you some question, where were you going yesterday? Then you can give answer, oh yes, I was going to the market. So that in that situation, one sentence you can use. But actual concept is for past continuous, this is. So I would like to mention here simultaneous actions. So both actions are happening simultaneously or same time. All right, so clear?
Yeah.
Now, how will you recognize past continuous tense? Most of the time, you will see like when. Okay, when, like as or while. Okay, these are some specific keywords, so that's how you can recognize past continuous tense. Okay, for example, while. While I was walking on the street, rain started. I'm not using a when, I'm using while here. Okay, so these are some clue words. Just you can note it down, etc. All right, clear? If people are little bit aware of using tenses, so that would have been much easier to write English sentences properly while texting to people. Okay? Somebody is texting you, oh my ma, I call you, why didn't you receive my call? We are not aware. People are not aware, so they don't follow proper tenses. Okay? But if you are a little bit aware, you can give answer better way. But following the grammatical concept like, oh, I'm sorry. When you called me, I was sleeping. Understood, sir?
Generally, the past continuous is very common in the general talking, right?
Yes, all tenses are common. When we are talking since morning to evening, before night, before sleeping at night, think how many types of sentences we use in our daily lives. Words, a lot of different situations about all these things we talk. So all tenses are common, not just past continuous. All tenses are necessary to be a great speaker. If you are able to make other people understand what timing you are talking about, yes, that means you have sense of tenses. That's why tense is used as a so important lesson in English grammar. Without using proper tenses, you will not be able to make other people understand what timing you are talking about. Understood? Or if you say, I go to your house tomorrow, I go to your house tomorrow. What is the meaning of this? It doesn't make any sense. I will go to your house tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's called language. A single auxiliary verb can change entirely the meaning of the sentence. Isn't it? Yes.
Right.
Okay, clear. So first I asked you so many questions just because of I wanted to push you to think a little bit. Okay, it's clear now. Okay, now structure of affirmative sentences. Past continuous tense. First, subject plus auxiliary verb was or were plus verb with ing plus object or rest of the part of the sentence. For example, okay, clear. And be aware about the subject part while you are using auxiliary verb. If the subject is I and third person singular number, always we have to use was. But if the subject is a you, they, we, and any plural, always we have to use where. I taught him in the simple past tense. Right? All right?
Yeah. I was going to the market.
Negative, very easy. Subject plus.
Was, were, and not, and ing.
Exactly. Somebody is asking you, when I saw you yesterday, were you going to the market? See, listen to the question. When I saw you in the market yesterday, were you going to the shopping mall? Whatever. So you can say, no, 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 I was not going to the shopping mall. Okay, so in this situation, you can use single sentence to reply, no, 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 I was not going to the market. Maybe you are not completing the whole sentence, but your sense is that. Okay, clear? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Then now interrogative.
Interrogative sentence, of course, auxiliary verb first. Plus subject plus verb with ing plus object or rest of the part of the sentence question mark. For
Yeah.
example, I'm not teaching you the structure of simple past because I had already taught you earlier. Okay, so here I'm only giving you the structure of past continuous tense. All right, so that's all about past continuous tense. Okay, any question, any confusion?
No, not till now.
Okay, all right. Can you just open your syllabus and tell me how many lessons are left after tenses?
After tenses, voice changes.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Voice
that is gonna
changes
be
the use
hard.
of auxiliaries and vocabulary.
Okay, all right. Vocabulary I added actually later. Earlier, only the syllabus was still auxiliary verb. Okay, so
No,
that will
voice
take
changes
during 6 months.
voice
Yeah,
changes are also left.
yeah, I heard it. Don't worry.